time.
We're doing Ramoshe's tshuva on Orach Chaim Chelek Gimel Siman Sadi Gimel. All right, Imuter Latzeis L'Tainug Ba'alma L'Makom Shelo Yeh Lo Sukkah. Read. Okay, so what's the case?
So he's going on a trip to like a personal vacation to any place that doesn't have a sukkah.
Okay, Mistaber.
Mistaber le al dati.
Aniyas daiti, whatever, same thing.
Okay. Shasor de Holchei Derachim she'ita v'sukkah daf chavav keshehu ledaver harashut shepturin al kol panim b'yom hu kesheholchin.
Bayom, right, comma, who, that is, kesheholchin.
Al kol panim b'yom hu kesheholchin lemesacher ukiyotze. Dorich mamash.
Stop. Okay, so translate.
So,
right. So immediately, Ramoshe is keying on the fact that what defines someone as a holech derech?
if it's
schora or
something.
sorech. So you can argue, I'm going to Stop and Shop or whatever. I'm going to the grocery store to Super Sol. That's definitely considered within the realm of tzorech. Okay, so which would seem to exclude what?
Vacation.
Thank you. So go on.
Sorech just means need.
Need, correct. Need.
וגם הוא לכל אדם שבשביל זה היה צריך לצאת גם מביתו. So, and he's also like included
That because of this.
Because of this, he's able to leave from his house. שלכם באופן זה מותר לצאת מהסוכה.
Right. So he's saying, so when are you allowed to leave, right, to go? Right. Well, it's for tzorech, right? So he's saying schora doesn't just mean, so he is being a little makel. He's saying schora doesn't just mean specifically for business, but it means for a necessity. Okay, so when do you define as
How do you handle the need to vacate clause?
Well, okay, so that's part of the svara here. Let's keep going. That's exactly part of the svara.
אבל לטיול לתענוג בעלמא שאין לו זה שום צורך, אינו כלום. מה שבשביל
Tavaso.
Tavato. What letter is that?
V'hana'ato.
והנאתו היה יוצא מביתו. כיוון שלא הייתה יציאתו אף מביתו יוצא.
Okay, so what's he saying? So he's saying, you can't tell me that a vacation, so Moshe is saying a vacation or some sort of pleasure trip, you can't possibly tell me it's for tzorech, because why is it not for tzorech? It's simply for his taiva, he doesn't mean taiva like in a bad way, but he's saying it's for his own enjoyment. A vacation is for your own enjoyment. Not necessary at all. Okay? Yeah. Now, okay, great. So he said that. Now, so when Shlomo Zalman writes, so he'll just say that's the halacha. But Moshe here actually is going to give us an idea. Why does it have to be the case? He could have just stopped here and said they're not comparable, right? Yeah. Okay, but he's not done. Okay, so he's got a very fascinating move. So go on. So he says, now he's saying this in a slightly sarcastic tone, but he's saying, let's take as an example. Okay, take a guy that what? Now what does he do?
So have a guy that a lot of times he sleeps outside.
Right. Just keep us Hashemayim outside, like underneath the dome of the sky. Right. He's very comfortable out there. Why? Okay, so because he enjoys it more. So let's say you're in Seattle, right? So it's the summer, right? You have a nice backyard, right? You sleep outside a few nights. The guy says, "Listen, I enjoy sleeping outside more than sleeping in my house." Okay. So what's he getting at? So watch this. So maybe you'll say like this. Maybe you'll say that he should be pater from Sukkah. Okay, why is he pater from Sukkah?
If he doesn't even like sleeping in his house, he prefers to sleep outside, so he wouldn't need to.
Exactly.
To do it,
right. Right. So it's amazing what he's saying. So he's saying. What? I know what he's saying. He's saying, so you tell me, so he's saying, why would you, I mean, obviously what he's saying is never be chayiv in sukkah.
It has to be sukkah, you don't sleep in it.
Right, exactly. So why should I be chayiv in sukkah? I should be pater. To the point where, but here's his move, to the point where he says, B'im kain.
Lama amar Rava mitzstar pater mina sukkah.
Why would Rava even say that someone is a mitzdayer is pater min sukkah. Havelei lomar, right?
Havale Lomar. Why is there a yud in Havale?
Havele, I guess.
Havele.
Yeah.
Havele Lomar. Mishina Hena Lesha B'Chatzer.
Or maybe it's hayolo lomar. Maybe that's better. Hayolo lomar. Right? He should have said.
Okay. Havale Lomar. Mishina Hena Lesha B'Chatzer Yoter Mibeto. V'Hasukkah.
V'Hasukkah. No. Mishin ena leisha b'chatzer yoser mibayis v'Hasukkah. Pater min Sukkah. Let's stop. That's all we have to do. Okay. So what's he saying? It's a fascinating idea.
So what he should have said is that if you really enjoy, he should have said that if you really enjoy to sleep in like outside more than in your house or in your sukkah, then you should be patur from sukkah.
Meaning like this, meaning that, but let's go further. This is the idea. Notice he's giving you a basic svara, but it's a svara nonetheless. He's saying this. He's saying that, you see, Rabbi says a mitzdayer is patur from sukkah. Okay? A mitzdayer. Now, what state is mitzdayer?
What do you mean what state is
What kind of state is a person in?
Troubled?
Troubled, pain. Okay? So why would Rabbi ever create a category of pain? I have a better category to create.
Oh, just
Hippie.
one who likes sleeping outside?
Which means what though? What ideas he's getting across?
That there's a separate idea of just like not liking to be in your house.
Okay, so now get more precise. You're right. Let's get a little better.
Where you
Rather than say it's a situation of pain, it's just
preference. It's just
what?
not better.
No.
Not the best.
Right. Not as good. That should have been the Torah. Because Moshe is brilliant. He says, if this is the case, if you're saying that if you're telling me that the whole idea here is Teshuvah Gein Teduru, and you're telling me the guy says, okay, well, a guy likes sleeping outside his house more than inside, right? And Teshuvah Gein Teduru, you live in your sukkah like in your house. So why would Rava ever have a category of mitzdayer? Mitzdayer is a negative thing. I'm in pain. Well, forget pain. How about if the Gemara should have just said, right? If you don't like being in the sukkah as much as your house, and obviously, what would that include?
Sleeping outside?
No, yes, practically. I'm saying, but what category? Mitzdayer.
Oh, yeah.
Right, naturally, that would include the guy who's in pain, obviously the guy in pain. You understand? Okay, in other words, Ramosh is saying that, he's saying that, what should the Gemara have said? The Gemara should have said, who's patur from sukkah? You're patur if being in the sukkah is not as enjoyable as being in your house. Okay? Because that seems to be the barometer. Not as good. So just like when I sleep...
So I don't see where you got that from. I see the question.
Why is Ramosha asking why Rava said mitzdayer? Because I'm saying is that what he's proposing is that what Rava should have said was not that when I'm in pain I'm patur from sukkah, but rather if it's just not as good. It's not as good to be there.
What was that?
As the house.
What? As far as it is. As far as is that he okay. So what's he ultimately saying? Obviously, okay, again, let's go step by step. First he's saying you can't treat tainug, right, like you can, or a tiyul, like you can treat tzorech. Okay? Tzorech, right? Tzorech is the purpose of the Gemara. That's Holchei derech. But tainug, right, enjoyment, that's optional. Okay, but then he explains the reason why it can't be. Because why can't it be that Teshuvah Gein Teduru isn't a violation of going on a trip? Why isn't my lack of ability to go on a trip, right? I can't go on a trip, right? So why does it not produce mitzdayer? Okay, I mean, it's funny if you think about it today. You ask the average person, they'll be like, "No, what do you mean? I got to go on vacation." In Israel, Chol Hamoed is the time to go on vacation, right? It's huge mitzdayer because he's saying it's very simple. So he gives the example. Let's say I said I enjoy sleeping outside more than I sleep in my house. So maybe I'll say that in my realm of Teshuvah Gein Teduru, right, or say in general Teshuvah Gein Teduru, what?
It's your realm of mitzdayer.
No, it's not mitzdayer. Mitzdayer means I'm in pain. I'm not in pain. If I had a choice, I'd rather be out there than in my house. So the same thing would apply by the sukkah. I'd rather be out there. So therefore, the Gemara's category never should have been mitzdayer, because mitzdayer is I'm in pain. That's a negative thing. It should have been I can't have as much enjoyment. That's when you're patur. But if I can't get as much of enjoyment, is what produces the patur? Of course, mitzdayer will be included. So what's his conclusion? Obviously, his conclusion is that it's not about my lack of enjoyment. It's about a positive state of pain. So that doesn't include going on a trip. So therefore, he would hold.
So I don't understand.
But you got to be. I want to just clarify something. I don't think he means. Does he mean I can't go to Disney World?
How are you even asking that question?
Because how could that be? It's kind of strange.
Oh, obviously it's
right? Because you can't go to Disney World and know you're going to enter in a situation where you might be chayav in a sukkah, like for instance overnight. That would be a problem. Right, that would be a problem. That'd be a
They
problem.
shifted this.
All right, so looking back in the Gemara in Chaf Vav Amud Aleph, so now there's two cases that I have svaras for, but they're very difficult practically. Okay, and you'll see why in a second. So two cases. Tell me, remember this by the way? Shomer ear, Shomer ginos.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember some of it.
Shomer ear, Tanur Rabbanan. Okay, it's by the dot. Get your finger on the spot.
Where are you?
In the middle of Chaf Vav Amud Aleph, or I'd say third of the way down. Last words in the line are Tanur Rabbanan. Tanur Rabbanan. Shomer ha'ir. Okay. What are Shomer ha'ir?
City
People
guarders.
City guarders.
Yeah, I'll
Okay. So Shomer ear. So Yaakov says Shomer ear are city guards. Okay. What are city guards? Rashi doesn't help, by the way. What? From what?
Pretty obvious.
From what?
Guys who come.
Invaders.
No.
Right. So the Rishonim brings that down. I'll show you guys next week. But they're guarding.
You brought down?
Yeah, you'll see why. Meiri doesn't say that.
Thieves, people want to like break into.
But hold on. So we don't know that yet, okay? Because there's two guys. 1 second, you'll see there's already. There's already distinction. Shomer ear b'yom p'turim min sukkah. So if they're day guards, they're pater from sukkah, right? P'turim min sukkah b'yom v'chayavim b'layla, but they still be chayav at night, okay? Shomer ear b'layla p'turim min sukkah b'layla v'chayavim b'yom. Shomer ear b'yom b'yom b'layla p'turim min sukkah b'yom b'yom b'layla. So what is the implication? As long as I'm doing shomer ear, right? As long as I'm guarding the city, I'm pater from sukkah, okay? Now, before I bring in the Meiri, which I'll do next week, what question should you ask on this immediately?
They're not doing any mitzvah.
Okay, that's for sure. They're not asuk b'mitzvah.
Koch Nefesh next.
It can't be. It's not a case because if it was asuk b'mitzvah, how do you know it's not asuk b'mitzvah?
Because there's no mitzvah guard the air.
No, how do you know that? How do you know they can't be asuk b'mitzvah?
It wouldn't have been obvious.
Oh, that's one answer. Another one. That's the easy way. It would have been obvious, but there's another one. Because how could they ever be chayav then? It says pater when they're pater b'yom v'chayim b'layla. If they're asuk in shomer ear, right? There's no difference in shulchay mitzvah.
Change according to the time of day.
Exactly. It shouldn't be based on that. So why would they be pater? That's the problem. That's the problem.
It's necessary.
Because 1 second, what is the implication here? What's the implication?
Are they still there at night if they're a day guy?
Yeah, let's assume they sleep in the booth.
Right.
What is the implication?
Yeah.
I think I remember the answer.
I don't know the implication outside of what it says.
Okay, so you'll see what the implication is. Well, look at the next case. Okay, there's a theme here. Shomer, Ginos, Upardesim. What do those guys do? They're guarding a what? A garden. Okay, so let's understand the case. Let's pretend we're in Iowa. There's a farm, and well, 1 second. So Shomer, Ginos, Upardesim. Peturim, Bain Bayom, Bain Balayla. Okay, so 1 second. So how are they? When are they pater? They're pater when? Always, right?
Is it more demanding?
What?
Is it more demanding?
Who cares?
Okay.
You're missing the big picture here. All right. So the Gemara then says, 1 second. The Gemara says, "V'liavde sukkah hasam v'lisvu." But 1 second, the Gemara has a good solution. Tell me what that means. Read that. Someone tell me what this means. V'liavde sukkah hasam v'lisvu.
They will make a sukkah around their post.
Close. V'liavde sukkah hasam. V'liavde sukkah hasam.
Let them make a sukkah there.
And v'lisvu.
They sit there.
Exactly. So 1 second. Why is Shomer Ginos pater? He should just build a sukkah where he is. Right? Build a sukkah. Build a sukkah there.
Great
And
caution.
he's
Oh.
in there.
So the Gemara says, 1 second. So Abaya Amar, Teishru Kain Taduru. This would be a violation of Teishru Kain Taduru. How? How is this a violation of Teishru Kain
You
Taduru?
don't build a house for
1 second. Rashi. Kain Taduru.
Oh, do we need Rashi for this? Very obvious.
No, you do need Rashi. Rashi says Kain Taduru. Kederech Shehudar Kol Hashana Veveso. So just like he lives in his house during the year. His Kikaso Torah Lahaniach Diraso. Right, v'lodur kan b'sukkah imitosav uklei tashmisho umitzaosav v'zein yachol lahavian sham mipnei hatareach. So what's the violation? Teishur Kain Taduru according to Rashi. Rashi says it's unbelievable because when you live in a sukkah, what do you bring with you into the sukkah? Your stuff, your bed, your plates, your cups. We're going to tell me the guy's going to pack up his wagon or his van and drive out to his job and bring his stuff with him. What kind of thing is that? So Rashi says he doesn't say mitzvah. He doesn't say that. No. 1 second. Let me shoot down Yaakov. He doesn't say mitzvah.
Of course he doesn't.
No, he doesn't. He says
of course he doesn't. It says it's not proper fulfillment of sukkah.
He says it's being. Well, we don't know that yet. He says lahavian sham ne'at toreach. It's too much for the guy to do. We don't expect the guy to pack up his sukkah, his all stuff. So that's one answer.
Hold on.
So now the other answer is according to Rava Amar Partsa Kora Laganov. Okay, what does that mean?
You won't be able to see the guy.
So, I hate you, Tamir. So Rashi says, Mashal Hedyotu, right? Afkana ganav ro also, Yoshev, right? Excuse me, Michel Hedyotu. The Afkana ganav ro also Yoshev is Sukkah Balayla, Vu Nechnas V'gonav Aperos L'Revach Acheres. It's very simple. What's he going to do? So one second. Let's get the facts. So I'm sitting in a sukkah, right? So what's the ganav going to say? Oh, he's there, and he can't leave,
Fine.
right? So I'll figure out another way. I'll figure out another avenue to go steal the fruits. Okay. So you're now ask your question. Okay. So now the Gemara says, "My beneo." So what's the difference between the two positions between Teshuvah King Tadiru and Parza? What do you call it? Right, Laganov.
I'm asking differently. Why?
Well, hold on. Let's finish the Gemara. We'll get to that. Yeah. So the Gemara says, "Iga beneo to come mintar karya de piri." Right. So what does that mean?
Fruits in file.
Right. Which means what? Look at Rashi. Now you have to read Rashi. Read Rashi. You back yourself in the corner there, buddy. Rashi.
Creation Paris, you tamin of nav vehicle leshomron, bean kan partza korem.
So what would be the nafkin in the case like this? If I'm a shomer ginos, but what do? I don't have to actually watch the garden. I'm watching what? The storehouse, let's say, or a big pile of fruits in front of me. So in that case, the ganav, there's only one way the ganav can get to it, through me. So I then have to build a sukkah. I have to live in a sukkah there. All right, we got a lot of problems here. But there's one overarching issue here.
Is that even true? No.
No. Let's use a practical example. A great example would be today's security guard, a rent-a-cop. Okay, so let's say there's two situations for rent-a-cop. One is the rent-a-cop's job is to look over, like he's on a dock. Okay, and he sits on top of the tower, and his job is to look out over the dock to make sure nothing is stolen. He wouldn't have to build a sukkah. All right, because if he builds a sukkah, then the gunner will find some way to sneak around him. But let's say I'm a rent-a-cop.
Well, why?
Because if he's stuck in a sukkah, he knows he's not going to be able to leave. So the gunner knows, he's in the sukkah. I'll figure out a way to sneak around it. He won't be able to pay attention because he's in the sukkah. How are you going to see outside the sukkah?
What do you mean? You have the third wall open and
on every side?
No, it's the third wall open, but it's right on top of it's right over the dock.
The point, just do what the Gemara is saying. The Gemara is saying the guy can sneak around. But let's say I sit in a booth and I got television cameras everywhere. That's the case of the Kari Paris. That's the equivalent. I can see everything. I can see.
Yeah, I sit in the booth. I have one view, but in this booth, I got 48 camera angles.
Right.
That's what's going on here.
That's the Kari Paris.
Angle.
But what's he in charge of watching?
Right in front of him.
No, I have a pile of fruits in front of me. I have a basket of fruits. My boss says, keep an eye on that basket of fruits. Right? I said, okay, fine. I'll put it right in front of my sukkah. What's the gun I'm going to say?
Sorry.
You understand?
Some crazy amount.
No.
He's in the
Yeah. Exactly. Okay. So, there's one, but there's one overarching problem with all these premises. Forget even Shomer Ear is one problem, but the worst one is Shomer Ginos. Why is Shomer Ginos a problem? You should jump on this. What's the problem with Shomer Ginos? The Gemara says Shomer Ginos are patur. So what should you ask on that?
What are they doing?
Meaning what?
What's making them patur?
What's making them patur? Why should you ask that question? You asked the right question. What?
It's not mitzvah.
It's definitely also a mitzvah.
He's just sitting there watching a pile of fruit.
But it's even worse. How about this? He's getting paid. Well, think about the consequence of this. Did you tell me if I go to work, I'm patur from Sukkah? If you just have this case of Shomer Ginos, you're going to say I'm patur from Sukkah if I go to work. Guy's getting paid to do a job.
Make money, you're patur. That's a tremendous incentive.
Right, and Shomer also. So let's say Shomer are paid by the local government. Okay, I have a government job. I'm patur. I'm a cop, and I'm a police officer. I'm patur from Sukkah. Who said that?
That's the implication.
Right, that's crazy.
Money, go.
So what's going to be difficult about this is that let's just give you we'll do the Meiri on Sunday because you got to bring in. There's a couple more facts you need to know, but not that much. But the point really not that. Do the Meiri on your own. But what you have to keep in mind, this is what you have to think about. There's obviously something unique about these cases that won't apply to normal jobs. Not insofar, now don't get caught, not insofar as the unique nature of what the activity, because that doesn't make sense. It can't be because guards are not subject to it. That doesn't make any sense. You can't work on an approach that way. You'll be banging your head against the wall if you go down that road. There's something about the nature of Shomer Ear, and there's something about the situation of Shomer Ginos that both of them, and here's a key point, naturally will lend themselves to being patur from Sukkah. So if you could define that, that's how you get the svara. The svara lies in how to understand the
practical consequences of having to be.
It's something that emerges from.
You haven't used it in like 2 weeks. I don't know where it went.
Something that emerges from their two situations. That's how you define it. So if you can figure out for Shomer Ear, look at the Meiri, Shomer Ginos, all the facts are in front of you. What is it? And Rashi's the giveaway. Rashi says it's a violation of Teshuvah King Tadiru. right? Because that's one possibility. Because it's toreach. What is that idea? What do you mean? What was it? That makes it butter. It's a bother. It's too much work. Okay.
And it's not